Yo, are you ready to bubble?
Superhero, gin and juice, living in the palm trees, who wet and wild, trying to keep a little sneak peek. Oh, Simon!
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Family Shambles YouTube channel. I'm Bodie Snatcher.
I'm Gayle Force.
And today we are going to be reviewing the first episode of RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 2. Before the episode started, we got lots of press and promos and things like that. Did you have any standouts?
Well, I'll be honest, I tried to avoid most of it. I wanted a lot of it to be a surprise, and I didn't want to be like have any preconceived notions of any of the queens from what I've seen from the social media, because as we all know, it's not reflective of what they actually do on Drag Race. But obviously I knew who Ginny Lemon was. Like, who doesn't?
Yeah, fancy a slice!
Iconic.
So first through the door, we have Lawrence Cheney, the self-confessed Susan Boyle of RuPaul's Drag Race UK.
I'm going to be straight up here. The second that Lawrence Cheney walked in, I fell in love. I know from the trailer, when she was riding those bagpipes, I was dying inside. Oh, absolutely spectacular. I cannot wait to see what she has in store for us. And then in walks in Miss Veronica Green. First impressions?
Literally, I'm choking. She walks into RuPaul's Drag Race doing a pound shop. RuPaul!
The gag of it. But I will tell you this. I got a very, very, not classic drag, like mid-90s, early noughties, where it was much more female impersonation.
I think my favourite coming in the workroom, favourite quote by far, was the Glenn Close reference. Hilarious. We were all thinking it. Look-wise, had to be Tace. Hands down. You know, out of the entire lineup, you would want to be wearing that.
Taze is something else. I mean, that face is painted so immaculately. Oh, it's not even just the look. It was how she was holding herself, the postures she was holding. It was just, oh, beautiful. And you ask anybody that knows me, they'll tell you that I'm a sucker for a Welsh accent, so I'm sold.
Oh! RuPaul walks into the workroom and issues the girls with their first mini challenge, which is a photo shoot.
They're going to get bombarded with balls, and the victor in this round is Lawrence Cheney. Personally, I think it's a well-deserved victory. She was so naturally funny that entire time.
Absolutely. Ru really found her funny. First one in the room was making that RuPaul classic. You know.
And that's what you're really looking for, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. If you can make Ru laugh, that is the ultimate. She's won the challenge.
It's literally the name of the game. But somebody else that really impressed me was Tia Coffee. I thought she was jokes.
I mean, I don't know if she was funny, but her getting the balls stuck in her hair like Velcro, I was like, oh no. But also that was funny.
That's the thing. Am I laughing at her or with her? Because it did just turn into a ball catcher, didn't it? But I just think her personality just shines through. Her confessionals. Maybe that's what I mean. Her confessionals are brilliant. On the flip side, things didn't go so well, in my opinion, for Joe Black.
Yeah, I think Joe was trying to be humorous, but Ru just wasn't living.
I think it just looked bad when she was like, oh, lift me up. There was no elegance in the legs. There was no her holding herself up. She just flopped there, and it was quite sad to see.
So it's workroom time, and the girls are taking off their geesh, taking off their costumes, and, you know, getting out of drag. And they start discussing who they think the trade of the season is. The best looking, you might say. What do you think?
I'm not into any of them.
All right. Estina Mandela thinks she agrees with you, Estina. Estina's like, no, like, I'm rude, but I love it. And she's right.
Sorry. It doesn't have to be for the trade, though, but are any of them doing it for you?
Oh, I kind of fancy Bimini, like, in and out of drag. Like, I'm not even joking. I fucking love her. Personality, tip-top, slag, you know, she's going to give it to you rough. And, you know, good old London good time girl. I'm down. But, you know, to give it to them, I don't think that Estina is completely correct. They're all cute. Like, come on, I would.
And that's the thing, it's all in the eye of the beholder. And I think a really interesting point was raised by Lawrence when everybody was completely out of drag. And then there's Lawrence still in full face. And she's saying how it's because it's like her armour and it's what makes her feel confident. And I'm sure that you can relate.
Absolutely. Like, when you get in drag, you feel untouchable.
Really, really valid points were raised, because I hardly have any selfies of me. I've got a ton of Gayle, but none of behind. And yeah, I think that's something that's quite prevalent within the drag community.
I agree with Lawrence. Like, when you put all this makeup on and the hair and the costume, you feel untouchable. I never get compliments as a guy, not usually. You know, I'm lucky to be in a loving relationship where I finger my own hole sometimes.
Disgusting!
But, you know, two peas do make a pod. Runway Theme is your gay icon and your hometown.
Who stood out for you in this runway? I know that they got red for it, but personally, I loved Joe Black. I got Bowie from that immediately.
What were the judges thinking? Like, they're kind of, this isn't what Bowie would do. No, it isn't, but it's Joe Black meets Bowie. And it was beautiful. It was sparkling. It was campy, burlesque, a bit spooky, everything.
And there were other people that did something that wasn't exactly like the person. It was inspired by them, and they didn't get read down for that. And, well, let's go from subtle drag to not so subtle. Ginny Lemon, I thought it was actually quintessential Kate Bush. That is the iconic look.
Yes. Yes, Kate Bush had to be one of the portrayals on Drag Race.
Now, Cho Valentine did the Freddie Mercury look. This is like quite a, let's be real, it's quite a common go-to look, but I think this one was executed meticulously. And I hate to say it, I feel like we're picking on at this episode, but Veronica with the Boy George, just red boy.
Yeah, my favourite hometown, I think, was by far Tace. It was so unexpected for her because she's done these very beautiful, classic, model-esque silhouettes. And I think this one, the costume was very well done, but also it had a humour to it as well.
Yeah, I'd absolutely agree. It was stone to the gods, it was drag, and it had a nice cheeky irreverence wink wink to it.
Aye, know what I mean, natch, know what I mean, say no more.
I also thought that Lawrence Chaney looked like a classic drag queen. That was a beautiful, was it latex?
I think she said it was like PVC and she'd sewn that herself. And I grew up with the Beano as well, and it is literally like if you had a drag queen in the Beano.
You're thinking of the wrong Scottish queen there, love.
Am I?
Yeah, you're thinking of Ellie there. Lawrence was had the stained glass dress on.
Oh, I meant Ellie. Did I say Lawrence?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Shall I say it again? Yeah, so I think Ellie Diamond, dressed in that Beano meets drag character, incredible. Like, I grew up with the Beano.
It was very clever. It was really, really clever. It was beautifully constructed. To say that she did that herself is mind-blowing to me, so props to her for that. However, I do still stand by my earlier point. I'm not convinced by her as a persona yet.
I agree, yeah. She looks incredible. I don't really know her yet, though.
Did you think we were going to get a little bit of a glimpse of Bimini Bon Boogash?
I think her kind of football chavvy look was kind of cool. Unexpected again. I don't think it should have really been a bottom.
Her bottom was fully there though. And I don't know what you thought, but I thought that Tia, I didn't really get Robin Hood. I got Assassin's Creed.
My top would be Tace.
I think I'd agree. Tace, I think Tace is my winner. It might be because I've got that slight Welsh bias, but yeah, I think Tace got that one for me. And the bottom, who are you expecting to see in the bottom based on those performances?
I would have said Tia, maybe.
I think I would agree with you. I didn't fully get Robin Hood from her second look, and the Alan Turing look, I wasn't won over. Great inspiration, but yeah, not executed correctly for me. I would also put Veronica in the bottom too. Here's the thing. Boy George was very, very boy, and the Lancashire Rose was a beautiful gown. I didn't get Lancashire from it though. Like, we both might be tempted to do a Yorkshire Rose look, and it wouldn't just be a white gown. Where are the roses?
I agree.
It didn't make sense. As we've heard so many times before, if you've got to explain your look, it doesn't work.
Yep, exactly. If you can't get it from a glimpse, then it's not worth explaining, really.
And then we find ourselves in the lip sync, very first lip sync of season 2, and we have Joe Black and Bimini in the bottom 2. Were you expecting these two?
Kind of yes and no. I thought Bimini's kind of look would pull her out of the bottom, and actually I was surprised Joe was there too.
That's the thing, the calibre is quite high, isn't it? But it's the way that the cards fall. These are the two that we have, and it's Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I'm very excited that this is the song, and UK is using more male voices than the US ever has, I think.
Yeah.
Anything goes. And it is classic, iconic UK gay. Now let's get down to actual business. Straight off the bat, Joe Black shows that he knows the music, knows those little movements to bring in. And this is where age really is helpful here. Joe is of an age where that music is known. Bimini, you would think, is at a disadvantage, but Bimini knows exactly what they're doing.
They're both entertainers in their own way, and I think Bimini represents this very kind of youthful, kind of cutting edge future of drag, and I think Joe was a little bit more old school, subtle, sultry.
The thing that I thought is you can see Joe Black's performance on a small stage in an intimate venue and it would be next level. But those kinds of performances don't work on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. I think the jig kind of was up for Joe when she tried to do that little comedy bit with going down in the lift.
Going down on the lift? I thought she was sat on a traffic cone.
Well, there we go. Open for interpretation and clearly not very clear.
Wasn't it that? No? Dirty mind?
Maybe I thought it was going down a lift and then she was pressing the button to go and then she opened the doors.
Oh, I thought she was like sitting on a traffic cone and, you know,
relaxing into it.
Grabbing the plums from the trees.
I hope you're right. Ultimately, I hope you're right. But we do say goodbye to Joe. Sad to see Joe go because they really had so much promise and such an incredible reputation that I think a lot of people are expecting quite a lot.
I definitely was. Like, I'd heard of Joe before from Instagram and social media and saw, you know, video performances, and they created a real buzz. And I think I think Joe maybe went into this for the wrong reasons. Hey, you know, to be alongside Gothy Kendall is a privilege. So, episode 1, done and dusted. Got a whole week to wait until the next one. Actually, can't wait. I think it's going to be really good.
We hope that you can join us next week for episode 2. Let us know what you thought about this episode in the comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye. I knew, like, I...